All right, I'm going to mention one name. Jonathan Gould.
Are you want to say the sentence?
Yeah.
Get up, you fat.
Welcome to the Fozcast. Did you know that the episode we're about to give you today are historically our best performing podcasts? We've got Tubes with us. Tubes, it's lovely to see you. How are you?
Great to be back, mate. Great to be back. I'm really good. Fist pump me, Tommy. Yeah, great to be back. Love this place. Love you boys. So yeah, I'm all good.
Been a while, mate.
It's been a long while.
What's been happening in your world?
You've just not invited me back, so.
You've been too busy, mate. You're so busy now.
No. What's happening in my world? Little Molly is 9 months old.
How's she getting on?
Amazing, mate. I absolutely love being a dad, and all the girls are healthy and happy. So I can't complain. I love it. I love it.
It's all that matters, isn't it, Tubes?
Exactly that. Life is good.
Love that, mate. Like I said a minute ago, these are historically our best performing podcasts. We've had some of the good and great and incredible of the footballing world. World Cup winners, Tubes.
Yeah.
And yet still, these episodes, the episodes where we get a call to action on our social media channels and we get all of our listeners to ask questions, the questions that they don't know about football. How does this work? What goes there? Why do they do that? Well, we dispel those myths, those questions. We answer them for them, and that's what we're about to do today, aren't we, Tom?
Yeah, absolutely. All of these little peculiarities in football, all the things you go, I wonder. It's not a big question, but I wonder.
Do you know what? I came up with one last night, Tubes, didn't I? On
Go
the
on.
way home.
What was
Literally
it?
on the way home. We were recording a podcast yesterday in London,
Yeah.
and on the way home, I came up with a question that I don't think we've answered before, and it was, why do away teams change the ends that they shoot into at matches? So you've got the captain doing the coin toss, doing the coin toss, and he says, we're going to turn it round. And then you get a little bit of a boo, don't you, from the home fans?
You must know the answer to that.
I do know the answer to it. But I don't think there's a lot of people that do know why.
I think they do.
I'd love to know why.
Go on, why do you think?
Because they want to kick to their home support, like to the Cop or something.
Not necessarily.
Or down the hill at Newcastle.
Not necessarily.
Or the Wind.
Possibly.
Go on, then. I'm excited.
So a lot of it is to just get in the head of the opposition. A lot of it is to get in the head of the
alpha
fans.
male.
Alpha mailing them.
Turn round, lads.
Turn
We're
round, yeah.
shooting
Oh,
that
you
way.
know you're comfy and nice, set up in this half. This
Yeah.
is where you've warmed up, yeah, and you think you're going to start here. No chance. Get down there because we're starting here this half. That's why they
I
do
like it.
I like
It's
it.
good, isn't it? It's mind games.
Mind games
It's
straight away.
trying to just steal a march on the opposition before the game's even started.
You know the mind games? We've touched on this before, but we were at a do the other day with your old gaffer, A.D. Boothroyd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. bloke.
Love the mind games.
Yeah, and they were talking about, actually, it was Clark Carlisle was on Under the Cosh, and he spoke about the tunnel tactics.
Yeah.
But he spoke a little bit more detail, and I heard you speak about it. Would AD say, like, because you were a big team, would he would, like, make yourself big, get in their face? What was the chat?
Oh, he wouldn't just say it. It was a command. It was an absolute. We trained for it, right? We would train in getting in the tunnel and being as loud as we could, being as big and obnoxious as we could.
How do you train?
Turning around, literally just stand up there. We're not even playing the game yet.
Well,
It's
like
just,
a dress rehearsal.
Yeah,
like,
dress rehearsal. We'll do dress rehearsals. We'd get in the tunnel.
That's awesome.
It's not just about standing there because most people just look forward, don't they? We would be turning round, like showing our body.
Shouting.
Yeah, shouting to the opposition, showing our body. Do you know what I mean? Trying to make eye contact with them. There's a famous clip, actually. It's not famous, to be honest with you. But when we played Leeds in the playoff final in 2005, I think it would have been, we're in the tunnel jumping around like a bunch of madmen, Tubes. Honestly, it was ridiculous, the noise that we were making. But the Leeds players, they were just stood there, and the captain at the front, he kind of tried to sort of like look at us and smile as if to say like, yeah, all right, good enough. But I genuinely think you can see a little bit of like, in his eyes, he's thinking, what on earth is going
Wrong
on
with
here?
this lot?
What is going on here? These are up for it today. And that's what it's about. It's just about trying to impose yourself on them and show them like, no, we're up
But
for
they
this
were
today.
old school teams. Like I remember Clark saying on the podcast, he was saying it was like this guttural kind of
Raw.
bellowing.
Yeah.
And you think that team, you had a big, so you'd have had Clark Carlisle, Malky Mackay,
Jada
Darius
Merritt.
Henderson,
Yeah, big lads that just that could
Big
make a lot.
team.
No, big imposing physical.
Adi Akinbaye?
No, definitely
No,
not.
no.
Watford? No, he never
No,
played
where
for
am I
Watford.
thinking that? Did
did
you
he
play
know?
with him?
I don't think Adi Akinbaye ever played for Watford. Stoke City I played with.
Yeah,
Adi
I'm
Akinbaye.
making that one up.
Burnley, I think you're
With
thinking
the
of.
dress rehearsals, would AD go, no, that's not good enough, do this? Would he actually tell you what sort of stuff?
But he'd just be saying more, louder.
That's
He just wants you
awesome,
to give it as much as you can, basically. And well, that game in particular, we went on and won the game 3-0. It's a playoff final. Do you know what I mean? It's a big old deal. And I think if you can use anything, we went to the stadium the day before. We got there and we had a good look around. We walked on the pitch, took in the surroundings of everything. So everybody that when we got to the game on match day, everyone was just a little bit settled. They'd already seen it because I think a lot of the big occasions, the cup finals, the big matches, it's emotional toll. Do you know what I mean? It takes so much emotional energy out of you that if you can try and disperse some of that the day before, then why wouldn't you?
Do you think that's gone in football now, Tubes? That.
Well, you don't see that like that anymore, do you?
No.
You don't see that in the tunnel pre-match. Maybe there is sort of like, the dark arts, little chats and stuff like that. The amount of people I spoke to on Golf Life, the old footballers, say that this used to happen. Used to say, "How you doing? Oh, you had a great game last week. Really good at the first touch. Will be good at. I think you're gonna have a great game and all that." But when the new kind of footballers come on Golf Life now, and I talk about that, they go, "Oh, no, not really."
We don't do any of that anymore.
So I think it has
It's very
gone.
friendly now, though, isn't it? Like there's a lot of old mates, international colleagues,
High-fiving
very.
before,
I think now everybody sort of knows each other as well because of social media and everybody's so easily connected now that they kind of don't really want to go and upset them, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? They want to kind of be a friend almost. So you think back to even some of the Man United clips from back in the day where they're in the tunnel with Man City.
Yeah.
And, mate, Arsenal. Remember the one with Keano and Patrick Vieira where Keano's going absolute bonkers at him?
Oh, I love that.
That's proper.
I love that, but everyone talks about that clip. The best one for me is the two Neville brothers.
Yeah.
That for me is like he will not talk to his brother because you've joined Everton.
Yeah.
So you can do one.
You're
It's
the
like,
opposition today.
Yeah, it was like Gary's like
get
that.
it.
Brilliant,
Feels
isn't
like,
it?
that is proper. Like,
Have you seen they always make these like AI memes and stuff like that. There's one floating about where they're standing there serious and all of a sudden they turn into each other and just start snogging.
Was that AI?
It's amazing.
This episode is brought to you by The Rip, only on Netflix.
You know a bit about being on a team and the loyalties that creates.
I sure do, and it is a special thing.
But what if you were on a team of cops and you found a criminal's $20 million stash of untraceable cash? No witnesses, no cameras. You could just take it. Would that test your loyalty?
Nah, come on. You cannot let your teammates down like that. Think of the mistrust that would set into that team unit, okay? 20 million is an awful lot of money, but loyalty has to come into it.
Well, that's the question Matt Damon and Ben Affleck face in Netflix's new movie, The Rip.
How much was the tip that came in? 300 grand. That's a $20 million rip.
Sounds incredible. Like, are they the good guys or the bad guys? And who on the team can they trust?
Exactly. It's an edge-of-the-seat action thriller, and it will keep you guessing till the very end.
Any ideas who might want this money? $20 million. Where do you want to start?
Can't wait.
Don't miss The Rip, starring Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, only on Netflix from January 16th. Right, I've got a question for you. So we actually spoke about this fairly recently. This was one of Tubes. So do footballers think half and half scarves are shit? Because you, right, because you nearly wore one recently.
What?
And I hate them.
What?
Tubes.
Ben,
and I said,
why were you doing that?
Where was the half and half scarf at?
right, because I said, I think this is one of the only times that it's acceptable, and it was for you.
Yeah.
When it was Blues versus
Wrexham
in the Virtue Fine. No, what was it?
No,
it was just
a game. Yeah,
league
it was
game.
just a league game. Yeah. Even then, I don't think it's acceptable. I don't think it's acceptable.
I really, really like you, Ben, but if I saw you in a half and half scarf, I'd have to have a word. Pal.
It's a real niche product, isn't it? It's a real niche
don't
product.
It's a fucking tourist product.
It's a
It's
tourist
massive
project,
tourist product.
but they're everywhere. You walk out of Fulham Broadway, going up to Chelsea, they're like that. Do you want a Chelsea versus Leicester? No,
Yeah, but
I
isn't it
don't.
all the
No, I
Americans?
don't.
Isn't it all the American tourists?
But still,
and-
just take a photo and say you went to the game. What are you going to do with that half and half scarf?
True.
Yeah,
What
but they
are you
don't
gonna do
understand
with it?
football culture like we do.
Or buy a Chelsea shirt?
They
or
must be
buy-
selling them, though. The reason why
They
they're
are-
selling them is
they're
because they
every week,
must be
so
selling
people
them.
would-
Exactly. They must be.
There's
So,
demand for these.
Jamie, have you ever had a
things.
half and half scarf?
You
have not.
Get out. Get out.
It was my first City game and I wore West Brom one. Yeah, West Brom.
What was the score in that game?
We won.
5 or 6 nil.
Did Ben play?
I actually don't know. You might have played.
Oh, probably if it was a 4 or 5 or 6 or
Scotty
something.
has not had one. Scotty, have you ever had one?
No, but I might need the Birmingham Wrexham one at the minute.
Yeah, he might need the Birmingham Wrexham one.
Yeah,
He said,
Scotty
yeah.
does, yeah, only because he's got an affinity now with Wrexham because he's
Edits the
editing the
podcast.
Wrexham
Yeah.
That's fair
podcast.
enough. Which is going well, by the way. It looks
It's going
good,
really,
it looks
really well.
really
It's
good.
brilliant, mate. It is, yeah.
but
Really, really good.
Half and half scarves, I just don't get. And I reckon footballers hate them.
Do footballers think they're shit? We don't actually see them, to be honest with you. We don't actually even think about it. We really don't, because we don't get that experience like you do. You know the walk into the stadium bit, you know the walking up the side streets and you see all the merchants, the sellers, selling hot dogs and the
it's the
scarves and the
best.
badges and the programmes.
But back in the day, that did used to happen.
Yeah, it
We
did,
saw
like
Jody
football-
Morris
yeah.
the other week, and he said after he made his debut at Stamford Bridge, because he used to live around the corner, he used to just walk back.
Unreal,
Can you
innit?
imagine how cool that would be?
Yeah.
Unreal.
All the fans go, well,
mate,
mate.
like,
well,
when you're a kid, like honestly, when you have like kids and mine are a bit older now, and you take them to the football, and you make a point of doing things that you used to do.
Yeah, or want to, want to do
and
yourself.
now that as maybe an adult you don't. So like I'd go with the kids now, and I'd go and buy a program.
yeah.
yeah.
Have some pork scratchings or something, Bovril, all the
Bovril,
things that you go, we've got to do. This is a rite of passage
Yeah,
as
I know.
a football fan.
Hey, even if you see him getting off the coach, like I remember, anytime I would get off the coach, you knew that there are fans there waiting to see you, just a little bit of autograph, a few like photos or anything like that. But you got to imagine that's an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes before
Yeah.
kick-off.
Yeah.
So fans are getting there super early for that, right? So I used to say to the young lads all the time, lads, just give them a couple minutes, yeah? Don't be walking off with your earphones in and like your big head cans on your head. Just give them a little bit of
Yes.
something. Do you know what I mean?
Those
They're there
kids are so
hour and
excited.
40 minutes
Yeah.
early.
Yeah,
Just give them a bit of love.
You've experienced this fandom that now you're the number one rugby fan, haven't you? So
Yes.
you went to Twickers the other
Went
day.
to Twickers the other day.
Tell us, what did you do fan-wise that was like...
Mate, so we got there, hour before kickoff? The atmosphere at the Rugger is just incredible.
It's
It's
absolutely
incredible, Tuesday
marvellous.
boys.
Rugger.
Yeah.
So first thing we did was headed for the Guinness tent, got ourselves some Guinness, beautiful, lovely. And then they've got a load of these little food stalls kind of thing. So bearing in mind, you're outside the stadium, but the atmosphere is incredible. Everybody's just launching rugby balls about and stuff like that in their little groups, having a nice time. There's no drama. I got myself a big, fat, massive duck wrap. Oh, it was like a crispy duck wrap as well. Unbelievable. And then you make your way into the stadium, book yourself a program, and then just watching everybody getting their pints and going and sitting down on their seats is just...
And everyone sat together, right?
Everyone sat
So
together.
cool.
There's
Imagine
no
that
drama,
football.
nothing. We had
Class.
New Zealand fans right next to us, literally
Yeah.
right next to us, right in front of us as well. But there's no drama, no thing like that.
So it's safe to say you enjoyed your day at the
Yeah, I
rugby?
enjoyed it, mate. You can, like I say, you can take your drink to your seat. There's no drama. And then once the game finishes as well, you don't just clear off. You don't just head out the stadium and go home. Everybody stays around. Everybody is having a good time. They've got little discos over there for the kids.
Yeah.
Another disco over there. We went to this lovely little bar with all our friends and family. And you just, it's just such a nice atmosphere. And you don't get that at the football, which is a massive shame as well, because you know there'll be trouble. There'll be
Trouble, people leaving early.
There'll be,
like,
but there'll
get
be
the
a
amp.
bit, but yeah,
Yeah.
so... No, I did. I really enjoyed it. First
Nice.
experience of international rugby, and it won't be the last either.
Love that.
Right, what does a match schedule look like? So you sent me a WhatsApp yesterday of an old match schedule, so we're going to pop it up on the
class.
screen now. So this is Watford versus Burnley, 30th of April 2022, and that is the match schedule.
There you go,
So
Tubesy boy.
This is...
Have a look at that.
I was surprised. I thought there'd be more detail on there.
I actually cannot remember this schedule, so I haven't got a clue what it looks like. We're at home, right?
Yeah.
So so at Watford, we stayed in the hotel the night before a home
Grove.
game. Yeah, so we'd stay at the Grove. So we would train on the Friday, and then we normally had to be in the hotel for about 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, right? You could meet at the training ground if you wanted to and jump on the coach, because the coach would go to the hotel as well. So you could leave your car at the training ground. But I would always just go straight to the hotel. So I would check in early doors, and then I would normally even just go to the driving range or something,
Yeah,
just have a bit of food and lunch and stuff.
This is Thursday you would go to the hotel.
Oh, would the game be on a Friday then?
No, you're playing on Saturday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So
They must have been losing a
this
few.
is funny. This is really funny then. This is an interesting one.
That was when you were losing.
So I did not know that. I didn't know that I'd sent you this exact one, or where it was from, or what game, or whatever. So we were going for a bad patch at this moment in time, right? So on the Thursday night, we couldn't get into the Grove Hotel because it was busy or it was booked out. So we stayed at a different hotel called the Manor in Elstree, which would have been. It's like 20 minutes away from the training ground. It's fine. It's a lovely hotel. it was 9 o'clock report at the hotel, and then we had dinner at 7:30. Report at the hotel at 7 o'clock and dinner at 7:30.
Yeah.
And then obviously you're staying in the hotel, and then the morning of Friday you would wake up. Everybody has a bit of sort of breakfast. We've got activation at 10:30 here, which would have meant a bit of kind of.
Is this at the hotel or the training ground?
No, this would have been actually at the training ground. So
you stay at a hotel and then go to the training
so
ground.
because we
And
had
then
our
to a different
cars,
hotel?
so because we had
That's
our cars
madness.
at the hotel because we had turned up the night before. Basically, what it meant is 10 o'clock report would have been at the training ground. So you've got to be at the training ground for 10 o'clock, otherwise you're late. 11 o'clock training, and then at 1:30, once you've had your shower, all that kind of stuff, the coach departs the training ground and arrives at the hotel half an hour later, basically. And then it's pretty much into the run-of-the-mill stuff where it's dinner at 7:30. You have a team meeting just before that, and then you're back to your bedrooms.
How much
getting
did
ready
that
for the
piss
next day.
play? So 2 nights before a
That
game?
really pissed players
Well,
off.
Everyone.
It's at home as well.
Yeah, it's a home game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you stay in 2 different hotels.
2 different hotels, 2 nights before the game.
That's
that
ridiculous.
really
even
pissed
even the
players off.
stuff like packing your stuff up to go to
Yeah.
another hotel
Another
must be
hotel.
a bit like, oh, for God's sake, really?
Coming
So,
back down with your suitcase again.
did you kick off?
Yeah, there were quite a few times where, like, at some point in this season in particular, they even tried to get us in the hotel on a Wednesday night. So yeah,
No
so
way.
we were basically, if we went through a bad patch of games, and I remember us losing one game on a Saturday, and the rumour mill always started really early at Watford, really early. So we would get back in for training on the Sunday or the Monday, and it would be sort of somebody would say, "Oh, apparently we're in the hotel on Wednesday this week," and it's like, "Nah, come on." And any time a rumour mill started at Watford, it was no smoke without fire. It was pretty much happening, all right. And then later in the day, the manager would say, "Lads, the owner wants you to be in the hotel on Wednesday," and we were all going, "Wednesday and Thursday and Friday," and he was, "Yeah." And we were just like, "Nah, come on." So this particular one where we were supposed to be on a Wednesday, a load of the players were just like, "Mate, we've just had a baby, yeah? We've got this at home, I've got that at home. I don't want to be in a hotel."
So were they thinking that you were distracted by all
I was
this?
going to say, what's the point of this? Because
point-
that just gives you the ump.
Yeah, it does. It gives you the ump massively, but they don't see it like that. They see it as though you get a chance to sort of like relax and not worry about all the stresses of being at home, and do you know what I mean? Making your dinner and
so
doing all
miles
this.
off it.
But some people love that stuff, Jude. Like, I love run-of-the-mill stuff, like making dinner. I love making cups of teas. I love getting up with the kids in the morning. That's part of my life. That
Being
gives me,
with your family.
Yeah, that gives me joy.
Yeah.
It makes you happy.
Being
Yeah.
away from my family makes me unhappy.
Yeah.
It is counterproductive.
And guess what? If you're going to work unhappy,
Yes.
you're probably not going to perform as well as you would if you were happy.
So a lot of the lads come up to the senior boys and we're like, "Lads, like, come on, we can't be in the hotel on the Wednesday night." So me and a couple of the senior boys, we would then have to go to the basically the football director kind of guy and say, like, "We're not staying in a hotel
Did it ever
Wednesday."
kick off?
Oh, massively, always. Because we would say we don't want to stay in the hotel on a Wednesday, and he was like, "Well, the results haven't been good enough. You're staying in the hotel." And we was like, "Well, we're not. All right, it's as simple as that. We're just not going to stay in the hotel." The lads will boycott it, and we'll agree to Thursday, even though we're not happy about it, but we'll just boycott it, and nobody will turn up. All right, so we're not doing it, okay? And then he would go, "Right, well, I need to go and talk to the owner," and eventually it would be back and forth. And in this occasion in particular, he said, "Right, well, we just do Thursday." And even then, though, we were like, "Oh, for God's sake."
How did someone like Troy deal with this, right? Because I would
Yeah.
imagine that Troy would have gone, "Nah, fuck off."
Yeah, he's not happy with it. The senior boys not happy with it whatsoever, because we've seen all this kind of stuff before. We've seen other managers try to do it, and it never really works. The problem you've got is, right, that if we'd have gone into the hotel on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and then beaten somebody on Saturday, the
Yeah,
owner
then you
actually
go,
goes, "Well, it worked."
Well, we'll do Tuesday.
Yeah, we'll just have you in.
In fact, just move into the hotel.
But like, you've got to think of the people, the person. Yeah, that person
that's mad.
doesn't want to be away from their family. That is counterproductive. You're not getting what you think you're getting from doing that.
Because all you're going to be doing is sat in your room on the phone
Oh,
to
it's
your
horrible,
family.
mate. You're bored.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
you're on FaceTime to
Yeah,
it. You're watching
yeah.
Netflix. Only so much Netflix you can watch. It's not a good place to be.
What about your shorts question?
Shorts, yeah. I've noticed the last maybe 5 or 6 years, there's certain footballers who just roll one short up on their left leg. Why, Ben? Please tell me why.
Do you know who started all of this?
I'm going to say Matty Cash.
I'm going to say Declan Rice.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Did he?
Cristiano Ronaldo started it. Matty Cash is a serial offender. Yeah, Declan Rice, double serial offender, right? But Cristiano Ronaldo started doing this, right? And because Cristiano Ronaldo is like an absolute specimen, you can see his muscles bulging. He pulls it up because half of it's to do with like, it makes my leg freer. Yeah, it means I've got no restriction when I do it. Yeah, but really, I think he's doing it because he looks down and he goes, I look incredible. I look really strong and muscly and lean right now.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Why only one leg though?
It's just like a cool thing. It must be like a gangster lean kind of thing, do you know?
They're going to be walking for a corner soon. Like that.
I sort of understand Cristiano Ronaldo if you just made him like a pair of pants and just walk around like that.
It's the way that they do it, though.
But it's just what it's.
They do it in training.
No, but they're
Yeah,
doing
they
it.
do.
They
They do
during the
both in
90
training.
But in the 90 minutes, they literally make a tackle like that and they're like just reshaping and stuff. They do it. Getting the leg up.
But they do it as if like, I'm not even really thinking about it, so I'm
They
just
know
pulling my
what
short.
they're-
They know
doing.
exactly what they're doing, because later on they'll see a picture somewhere on the internet and they'll use that as their Instagram picture, right? Because you can see all of their thigh and their bulging muscles and they look incredible, a bit of dirt on it, a bit of sweat. That's why
In
they do
training,
it.
they'll do both.
They'll do both,
Won't they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Right,
Pull them
okay.
right up tight.
So, next question.
Well, what's next then? They're going to start making the crop top on the
Top-
pitch. So they do like that. Walking
Tuck
around.
it over, tie it into a
exactly.
knot. You will. They'll have their things up. They'll be
Yes.
pulling the sleeves up and all sorts
Hey.
of them.
It's bizarre.
Right, next one. Who's got the best legs in football? So obvious
Matty
one.
Cash, Declan Rice, and Ronaldo.
Oh,
Can you
yeah,
see him all
Jackie
the time?
G, obviously.
Yeah,
but I'm
Jackie
talking
G, yeah.
your experience, right? Because you said something to me earlier on and I'd never heard it. And I'm going to ask him about that.
Right, there's an old footballer at Watford I was with, Lloyd Doyley, right? The nicest man you've ever met in your life. He's the loveliest guy, right? But he has got the biggest, muscliest legs ever. They're
Hamstrings.
beautiful. Hamstrings in particular, right? So I used to call it it was like a carp belly.
Yeah.
You know the fish carp?
Yeah.
Is hamstring. It was shaped like a carp's belly.
Right.
And it was smooth as well, like really smooth. He never shaved it, but it was just so smooth, right? It was ridiculous. So anytime he would have his legs out, or he'd getting a rub or a bit of like treatment or whatever, I'd just like make my way over to him and I'd just give it a little rub, just slowly rub it up and down, because it's a big old chunk of flesh as well, right? Big old, and it was so soft. And Doyley would just be going, "You're so weird, you know that? It's so weird."
Hey, mate, I Tubes, right?
Beautiful,
You've known this
beautiful
guy a
hamstring.
few years now, right?
Yeah.
This whole goalkeeper thing of, we're all right, it's bollocks, mate. They're not
strange.
right.
We're not
Yeah,
strange.
he plays this card all the time,
Yeah,
right?
but we're the ones with people skills. We're the ones who are able to communicate
That
with
go
people.
around stroking everyone's
yeah,
legs.
it's fine.
belly.
Everybody else just sits on the phone and just doesn't
Yeah.
talk and stuff like that. We do at least talk. That's the thing.
Right, you've been in this game 25 years. You've interviewed, spent time, played golf with everyone. The
Yeah.
who's who, right? In your experience, Jubes, what positions, right, are the most normal on the football pitch? Strikers, midfielders. Are there any quirky positions out there, and who's the most normal?
Do you know what? As much as there is there's this thing about goalkeepers being weird, the goalkeepers I have met aren't weird. So I've got to be honest. But he's not weird. I mean, he strokes people's legs during a massage, just a little bit like. But that's the sort of thing I do. Okay. I used to spend half my time at Sky Sports flicking some bloke's ear because of the way it just came back up. Do you know what I mean?
The recoil on it.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. It was so therapeutic. It was like really it came back really quickly. So I'm a little bit strange.
I haven't seen you for best part of probably 6 months. And
Yeah.
when I got into the office today, you already sat there. You gave me a big cuddle and I sat down next to you. We had our legs kind of intertwined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were kind of like half stroking my leg. And I was
You're
kind of
both
like,
very tactile fellas.
Yeah,
it's nice
Yeah.
though, isn't it?
touchy feely. I like cuddles.
You are probably the most touchy-feely
Without doubt.
person I've
Without
ever met.
doubt.
So
I love it.
yeah, sometimes you get annoyed though, don't you? Because I touch you.
Do you ever get people?
When I'm going for a wee, yeah.
Yeah, I know, it's a bit weird. Do you ever get people where, because you're tactile and you go up and you're sort of like touching them or flicking them or stroking their back or like cuddling them or so, you can feel them sort of like rigid and stiff going, oh my God, why is he touching me? Why is this person...
And then I
do-"
get really bad, but then I want to cuddle them more.
you want more?
Yeah.
You want to break through that,
yeah,
that
exactly.
ice level of like weirdness kind of thing, but just by doing it more.
A little bit. I just like being friendly to people. But to answer your question, the most serious and I think head screwed on for me, centre midfielders.
Yeah?
Yeah, or centre backs. Yeah, that's what I'd say.
I like it.
Yeah, what would you say?
Yeah, I agree with that. I'd say serious is, centre backs or
Good
centre
that.
midfielders. So good shout that.
Yeah.
I don't think goalkeepers are necessarily serious. I think we're good people and we're laid back people, but not necessarily serious.
Some of the funniest people are goalkeepers, like Aaron Ramsdale.
Yeah, good,
Oh,
great
brilliant.
lads.
What a
Goalies,
man.
goalies are
What
good
a man.
lads.
He's
Yeah,
like
good lads,
proper
yeah.
out there as well.
Yeah,
does not give a
I'll
shit.
tell you the funniest
He's
one I've
brilliant.
ever met. Bosnich.
Boz.
He was
what
great on here, wasn't he?
What a boy.
He was great on
Oh,
here.
he's phenomenal. Honestly,
Funniest.
you'd love him so
Yeah,
much.
I'd like to meet
He's
him.
lovely.
He
man.
might actually be one of the funniest blokes I've ever met.
He's got this laugh. He's got this like little like cackle laugh,
It's so
and he
funny.
just does it all the time. It's
Yeah.
phenomenal.
We clipped it up, didn't
Yeah.
we, and put it out. I've got one for you. I think wide players can be quite amusing. Like fullbacks and wingers can be a bit daft.
Oh, fullbacks. I wouldn't stretch to fullbacks.
No?
Wingers, though, definitely. I would say wingers are the loosest.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Loosest. They can be an absolute cannon or a weapon if they wanted to.
Is that because
Yeah.
they haven't got as much, like, I don't know, not responsibility on the pitch, but
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Don't have
It
to
is,
track
that's
back,
it, that's
do
what
they?
it is.
They can do what they want.
Yeah, it's that not that lack of responsibility. That's what it is. And it feeds into their character. It's a good shout.
It's interesting.
Yeah. This episode is brought to you by Expedia. One of the best things about being on holiday is that feeling of total freedom. No alarms, no meetings, no to-do list, just waking up and doing whatever you want. Think back to Euro 2024. We're 1-0 down against Slovakia. It's the 95th minute. We're going home. Then up steps Jude Bellingham. The rest is history. That means we get to stay out in Germany for an extra 2 weeks. And thankfully, Expedia makes these spontaneous moments easier and more affordable with Bundle and Save. No matter when you book multiple items for your trip, flights, hotels, and car rentals, you can save. And if you're a member, you can book one part of the trip first, then add more right up until your last day of travel. It's never too late to save. Book now with Expedia.
Right, okay. Do opposition players ever come into the changing rooms? Ever. So if you're at Man United,
Great
would
question, that.
Yeah.
would
Good,
a
that.
Spurs player ever come in the changing room?
Yes. If they've got a personal connection with somebody or if they've played with that club before, played for that club before.
They're in the changing room?
In the changing rooms. Not before the game. Definitely not before the game. Definitely not. That very, very rarely happens. But after the game, definitely yes. So you'll get players who have sort of acquaintances or might not be confident enough to go into the changing room. They'll wait outside and then wait for somebody to come and blah, blah, blah. But you do get a lot of players who have got a real good, solid friendship with 1 or 2 or 3 players that would come in. Or, like I say, if they played for the club before. Because it's not only just the players that they know, they're friends with all the staff as well, yeah? So all the physios, all the masseurs, all the staff that do all the other bits and bobs that you don't really see on a match day. They're just as important as the players to these opposition players.
But
So they
what
want to
happens
go and
if
see
they
their
lose,
friends.
Or have you got to be a player like, I can't imagine that'd work for a 23-year-old. Like just going into, so let's say they go into the opposition and they've won. This 23-year-old's won, and he walks into a changing
Yeah, I
room,
can't
and there's some
imagine
senior
all
pros
that.
going.
Yeah, but it depends. It depends really. If he's walking in there with intention to ruffle feathers, then people are just going to tell him to piss off, right? But people don't walk in there with intentions to rile people or annoy people. They're doing it because they genuinely just have a connection with somebody. They want to go and see their friends, but they won't. It's not like they'll be sitting in the middle of the changing rooms with them on like the next to the ghetto blaster or anything. Do you know what I mean? They keep it discreet. They'll be by the door, just by the side, or
The
something
ghetto
like
blaster.
That. The ghetto
So
blaster.
blaster.
You know what I
Would
mean,
you
though,
not
don't you?
wait though? Would you not wait to go into the players' bar? To
Some
do that?
people do,
I was
yeah,
gonna
some
say,
players
You've
do,
got to
yeah.
have some sort of front. You've just beat your old team and stuff like just to walk in. Hello,
Yeah.
lads, how we all doing? What are you doing
Yeah,
tonight?
honestly, it's not like that.
I'd imagine some like older pros would be like, get him.
Back in the day, that's not the done thing whatsoever. Like I promise you,
Yeah.
20 years ago, never see it.
Right.
Nowadays, it's a bit more common because they're not doing it to be dickheads. They just genuinely want to go in. They might have to shoot off, so they haven't got time to go to the players' lounge. So
Okay,
it's like,
yeah.
man, I just wanted to come and say hello, blah 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 blah, and that's about it really. And they're doing it with good intentions.
Have you ever had any experiences of players' lounge tubes? Players' lounges?
Players, not a great deal. Wembley, I've been in there. I haven't been in the Chelsea one. Not really, no. But I was going to ask
the
you a
Wembley
question.
one's quite nice because at
Very
least
nice.
all the players come up.
Yeah.
to
Which
Wembley.
one?
At Wembley.
massive.
Yeah,
It's
all the
massive.
players because they know all the. That's the only place really where players can see all their families.
Yeah.
So the Wembley one is really good because all of the players come up.
Yeah.
So a lot of families have like small kids and young kids and big football fans. So it's a great chance for
Yeah,
them to
Wembley
really
one's
see all
good.
their heroes and get photos with everybody. It's actually a really nice
Would
atmosphere.
it be
isn't
fair
it?
to say, from as a football fan and following you around for forever and a day, that my experience changed in the fact that in the early years,
Yeah.
maybe we're talking 20 years ago here, it was a slightly more sacred place.
Yes.
So it would be players and players' families, even to the point where you could come up, have a drink.
Yeah.
I was going to
And
say,
then-
do you
yeah.
get drunk in the players' lounge?
No, you won't get drunk. You ain't
No.
getting away. Especially nowadays, you are not getting.
No.
You won't
back
even
in the
really.
day, back in the day?
Nah, you
You'd have a
wouldn't.
drink, though,
You'd have
wouldn't
you
you?
might, yeah, but it'd be a Diet Coke or something like that. You're not really having a pint or anything.
No.
No, it's not. It's not the done thing. But you'd definitely go up there and you'd be up there for a little bit. But now,
It's different.
players' lounges are different nowadays. To be fair, a lot of players just get off straight away. Anyway, it's not a lot of players just have like boxes anyway as well. Do you know what I mean? The modern player, they're on crazy money. They have a box, so the family are in that box. The player will just make his way up to the box, so he's got a bit of privacy with the family as well.
But it was different. Like back in the day when you were at Watford as a kid, you'd go in there and there'd be, I don't know, Darius's family, Marlon Kings, etc.
And it was nice, wasn't it?
And
Yeah.
it was nice.
Yeah.
And we did have phones back then, but
Yeah.
then like when you were at Watford,
Yeah.
it felt like it was full of fans. And
There
you
were a lot
kind
more,
of went
yeah.
in there and it was selfies,
Yeah.
which you never minded,
Yeah,
but it
it's, yeah.
changes the dynamic.
Well, especially when you're going in there to see your family as well.
Yeah.
So you're normally going in there to see your family and spend time with your family because they've got to drive another 100 miles back down, whereas yours not so far away. Do you know what I mean? And if there are a lot of fans in there and a lot of people that want pictures or autographs, you don't really get any quality time with your family. But you know, it kind of is what it is. So I think that's the reason why a lot of players actually just go and get their boxes.
At what age do you start thinking, oh, I might fancy a bit of a box action?
Oh, good. I remember my first box was at Birmingham City. So obviously, the bigger the club you play for, the more it's going to cost.
Right.
But I remember I had one at Birmingham because it was my first real season, first time where I was like, right, I'm going to play week in, week out, and it'd be really nice to have the family here every week as well. So a box normally seats about 8 or 10 people, and the box at Birmingham was £25,000. That's how much it cost for the season, right? So don't get me wrong, this is what, 15 years ago? Yeah? So I don't think that's bad value, to be fair.
How much? 25 grand?
25 grand, 8 to 10 people the box seated, and this is, what, 15 years ago?
That's pretty reasonable.
Pretty
right?
reasonable, right? And you could spread the payments out as well. You didn't have to pay it in one lump sum or anything
You're on
like
Klarna?
that. You could pay it on Klarna. You couldn't pay it on Klarna, yeah. But you could pay it monthly if you wanted to, right? So it's not one big lump sum out of your money. So it's kind of like, yeah, all right, cool. Because otherwise you're always kind of half stressing about tickets as well. If you know you've got 8 or 10 tickets, every single home game, right, it's a massive weight off your mind, not having to worry about getting extra tickets.
1,300 quid a game.
That's what I mean.
And it was 12 at Blues
Was
because
it
we had a
Blues?
box at Heineken.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 100 quid a head.
So do they do packages in these boxes? So you
Yes.
say it's 25.
Yeah.
Could it be 35
It could
if
be,
you
yeah.
add on an extra
yeah,
course?
but I wouldn't say
or-
up to 35, but maybe, like, I think we probably had the one where you had food as well.
Yeah.
So you can get ones where you have like unlimited drink.
He didn't
like,
pay for drink for
Yeah,
everyone.
I would have
Yeah,
definitely
no.
done. And you have like 3-course meal and all that kind of
Right,
stuff.
okay.
So I think we had the all singing, all dancing package of 25
Yeah.
grand.
Blues was good.
Blues was really, really
That's
good.
great.
Baggies was better.
And not only that, it's for your family as well. Like, you got to
It's
think,
great.
if you've got your mum and your dad and your wife
yeah.
and your kids and they're all in a
they're
nice,
safe,
safe
yeah.
box,
Safe, yeah.
then it's, again, peace of mind. It's a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but it's still peace of mind. And then when I signed for West Brom, I think I got one straight away again there. But I think it went up a little bit there because they were slightly bigger boxes. They still only seated 8 to 10 people, but they were slightly bigger boxes. You had like a nice telly in there.
You could sit outside, so
You
you
could
could
sit
go from the
outside
box.
as well,
So at
yeah.
Blues, you had to sit behind the window,
The glass screen,
Whereas at Baggies, you could go into the
could go
padded
out.
seats.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
padded
yeah.
seats.
They were
yeah.
lovely.
They were really nice, actually. Yeah.
How much of a discount does a player get on a box?
He actually does get a bit of a discount as well. Well done,
Yeah.
choosy boy.
I
Right.
mean, I love stuff
So
like
West
this.
Brom went up a little bit. So West Brom, I think, was 35. I think it went up to,
Yeah.
right. But they actually gave, like, a big part of it was giving players boxes so that they would give them a bit of discount, because I think they failed to sell all the boxes the season before or whatever. So they're selling them on a match to match basis.
Yeah.
Whereas it's obviously better for a club if they know they've got that box
Covered.
already
Yeah.
done for the season. So they would give us, I would say, 15-20% or something discount, which was
okay.
when
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
talking that amount of money, was a good.
Do you know
old
what, as
whack.
well? You probably might not have tweaked this at the time, but clubs like players having boxes
Yeah.
because they do not get used at all other than match day.
Yeah, for sure.
So they
Right,
would
okay.
rent them out. They'd do various different things with them as well.
Yeah, yeah, it's great. And not only that as well, the clubs like it because on a match day, with the complimentary tickets that we get, so if we turn up to a match day on a Saturday, you get 100 complimentary tickets to get spread out between the players.
Yeah.
The players with a box won't need any tickets. We don't need tickets, yeah? So the more players that have boxes means that the more players that haven't got a box, they'll get more
So
complimentary
would players
tickets.
come to you because you have a box saying,
Exactly.
can I have your tickets?
Yes, exactly
Would
that.
Would ever players sell the tickets?
I've heard rumours of
Yeah,
players
I've
selling
heard
tickets. I've definitely heard rumours of players selling tickets. There was something a couple years ago, and it was West Brom Wolves. I don't know what it was or who it
remember.
was, but it kicked off massively. Yeah, I don't know if they. In fact, actually, I don't know if they were sold, but there was something flying about at that time. Anyway,
There was a Wolves or West Brom fan in the home end.
In the home end, yeah.
And it was rumoured that one of the players
something
had
like
sold.
this. Yeah, but going back to your question, the original question, yes, I've heard rumours that there are certain players who would sell their complimentary tickets, but like I say, because every player would get 4 tickets each, complimentary, right? But because I had a box, everybody would be like, Fozzie, can I have your 4 for Saturday? I was like, you're first one to ask me, so
You
yes,
owe
you
me a
can.
favour.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't do it. It'd be like, but it would be just be like, basically the first person to ask me would be the one that gets them. So then I'd have multiple people later in the week going, Fozzie, has anybody got your tickets yet? And I'd be like, Jonas has already got them, mate, sorry. And he's like, damn. And then they'd go to somebody else with a box. Have you given your tickets away yet? It's good, isn't it?
That's
Yeah.
really good. It's really interesting.
Yeah, it is
that
really
must
interesting.
that must be like so annoying for a player when people are just constantly asking for
Yeah,
tickets.
yeah.
When you're
the
trying to
text
prepare for a game,
messages,
it must
Tubes,
be
honestly,
like
the text message you get in the
oh.
build up to the game. Honestly,
Yeah.
the days before the game, the amount of people who come out of the woodwork and
Yeah,
start
yeah.
messaging,
Hello, mate. I used to
Instagram
go to
DMs,
school with
and
you. Yeah,
used
yeah.
to go kind of, and then I've got mates asking for other mates. And I'm like, nah, come on,
Mate,
seriously,
one
come on.
thing I'd say about you, positive on this occasion. You were fucking world class with your tickets.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't think I ever got no, I can't do it and whatnot. And actually, the one thing, such a brilliant memory I've got about you was even at Wrexham in 2000 and when you won LDV Vans.
4 or 5.
And then when you went with Blues and then Man United, like Blues, we had a coach from Leamington, 50-something people. Ben paid for everyone's tickets and the coach as well.
It's class, though,
nice
wasn't it?
Yeah,
touch,
it was
mate.
really
Nice
nice.
touch.
I'd have loved to have been on that coach.
Yeah.
What a day session.
Yeah,
Everybody
it's
on it
nice
having a
touch.
nice time. We win the game. It's
Yeah,
a wicked
it was
atmosphere.
what a day out. And I felt bad because I remember I was we were up at the squash courts and like you'd gone, right, who needs tickets? And I was like, mate, like this,
Yeah,
me,
loads.
old G,
We
where's
need
Lou?
loads.
Da, 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 da. And I was like, oh no, but you were like, good as gold.
Yeah,
That's
good, yeah.
great.
Right, I've got a real loaded question because I know the answer to this, but it's a world-class answer. Have you ever had a non-goalkeeping coach take a goalkeeping session?
Tubesy boy.
Whoa,
I've got a
whoa.
story for us, Tubes.
Right, okay.
I've got a story for us, Tubes. Right. This is a good question, okay? So there's certain managers, right, who think they know more about goalkeeping than what they actually do, or like to get involved in the analysis of goalkeeping more. Some managers just completely leave the goalie coach to it, and it's like, right, you deal with the goalies, yeah, and I'll still and that's it, right? They won't even look over the analysis. They'll just be like, should he have done better? And the goalie coach will be like, yes or no, and that's it. That's all they need to ask, right? Tony Pulis, though, right? Tony Pulis was the head of everything, right? He wanted to coach absolutely everything. So he had a couple of coaches around him, one in particular, Dave Kemp, lovely man. But Kempy was not needed because Tony Pulis is doing the coaching, all right? Just not needed. Yeah?
So what did he do when he wasn't needed? How did you use Kempy? Or how did Tony use Kempy?
Well, I had just got a dog at the time. He was a puppy.
Yeah.
And I needed to bring him into training once. And I brought him in. I was like wondering if anybody could look after him. And as I've walked through the door with him, bear in mind, we're training as normal that day. Kempy saw him and he was like, oh my God, Kempy loves dogs. Like, loves dogs. Genuinely. Like, he does stuff for like animal shelters and stuff. Like, genuinely, like, loves dogs. I'm not even joking, right? And he saw my dog and he was just like, oh my God. And I was like, oh, mate, can I hold him? Can I walk him? I'll go and get him some water. And I was like, mate, do what you want if you want. He went, I'll just take him for a walk. And I was like, you're going to be all right with this, yeah? I was like, Kempy, you're going to be all right walking the dog? And he was like, mate, don't even worry about it. Yeah? So I literally left him at the door with Kempy. Kempy, we were out training. Kempy's walking him
Round the pitches.
No way.
It
No
was incredible.
way.
But he was such a lovely
What
guy,
Pulis
Kempy.
saying?
Mate, it doesn't matter because Pulis is taking the session, so it don't matter. Like, Kempy's just there, kind of like, Pulis might say something to him sometimes, and Kempy just has to go, yeah, cool. He's his best mate. Like, they love each other, so they know what it is, right? Because Pulis is doing the coaching. Simple as that. So anyway, anyway, we were on a pre-season tour, right? We were in Austria, and the goalie coach at the time was Jonathan Gould, right? Goldie again, incredible man, lovely man, right? Great human being. And it was me, Boaz Myhill, and the day in particular, Tony Pulis came over and he went, Goldie, I'm taking today's session. And Goldie went, what? Like, what? And he went, no, it's all right, don't worry about it. I've done it before, I'll take today's session. He said, but you're joining in as well. And Goldie's like, nah, come on. Like,
What's it actually joining in?
Goldie's fully retired, like
How
long
old?
retired.
He must have been, what, 50 odd?
Not far off. He would have been mid-40s at least, right? Pushing 50, yeah? And Pulis has gone, no, you can join in as well. You can join in. So anyway, we're doing like these like warm-ups and stuff, and it's very basic. It's very old-school goalkeeping. It's like up, down, up, down, up, down. And me and Boaz are just pissing ourselves laughing because Goldie's rolling around as well. Like Goldie, big lump, like rolling around. Love you, Goldie. And there was one thing in particular where it was an exercise where he literally chucked it low, and then you'd chuck it back to him, and then you'd have to get up as quick as you can, and then he'd chuck it high, and it's get up as quick as you can to get it. And he's chucked one low for Goldie, and Goldie's like dying to death anyway. His legs are gone, but he's struggling to just get up. And he's gone, come on, Goldie, get up. Get up, you fat fuck.
Goalie coach.
So the goalie coach, Goldie, is on the floor. Pulis is shouting at him. And even Goldie just starts laughing. So we're all like on the floor crying. I think even Tony's just like pissing himself laughing. Goldie's in an absolute state, red face, sweat beading everywhere. And honestly, we're crying with laughter at this point. All of us are, even Tony is. And we've got back to the lads and like, lads, listen to what's just happened, right? So me and Jonas Olsen have got this long running joke of anytime we talk about Goldie, it'd always go, get up, you fat fuck. It's so good.
Would you, if you rang Jonas now, would he know the crack?
100%, 1,000,000%.
Will you try?
I could try.
Come on, please.
We haven't prepped this, by the way, and he definitely won't answer because he's an ignorant bugger, is what Jonas Olsen is.
He lives in Sweden, doesn't he?
He lives in Palma, actually, in Mallorca.
Does he?
Yeah, what a boy. He's got it sorted.
What an absolute Viking, by the way.
Oh, what a lovely human
Came
being,
on
mate,
Soccer AM.
honestly. He's a
Did
lovely
he?
human being.
Top guy. Top guy.
Double handsome.
If he answers, it's a miracle, lads. If he doesn't answer, we're going to have to cut this out. Please answer.
Come on.
Come on, Jonas. Pull through for us. One for another day.
Won't like hurts a little bit, that does.
You're
It
right.
does, hurts a little bit. I thought we
You're
were
right.
friends. Yeah.
Jonas,
You're
I
right.
thought he was your boy.
Yeah, I thought we were friends. I'll give it a good ring as
He
well.
might-
right?
he
He's
might-
definitely seen it.
Yeah.
He's definitely seen it.
He might pull back.
Never mind.
He
I,
does
I love that one, though.
Oh, it's good.
yeah,
Pulis is
brilliant.
the man, honestly.
Brilliant.
Goldie's the man as well. Love you, Goldie.
Right.
Oh, he's ringing back.
Oh, Jonas is ringing.
He's ringing back. Right. Look at him. Look how handsome he
Oh,
is.
look at him.
Look. There's Tom. There's Tuesday boy.
Are you, mate?
Right. Jonas, I'm going to give you a ring later and I'll talk to you. I need to ask how you are and all that stuff, the nice normal stuff, yeah? Before we do that, right, I'm going to mention one name to you right now, yeah? And you're allowed to swear, but I'm going to mention one name to you and you've got to say straight away what comes into your mind. There's a saying. You've got to say what comes into your mind, okay?
Yeah, but is it recorded?
It's recorded.
Okay.
So I've told the story, and the lads have gone.
It's a great
Does Jonas
story.
know about this? And I
Yeah.
went, yeah. And he said, would he know that? I went, yeah. All right. I'm going to mention one name, Jonathan Gould.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to say the sentence?
Yeah.
Get up, you fat
Well done, Jonas.
What a boy!
And he was like, ah,
I'm trying. I am.
all right. Get up, you fat fuck. Oh, that's the best.
That's so good.
Right, we're going to go. I love you, mate. All right? See you later, boy. Bye-bye.
See you later. Bye-bye. That
What
is
a boy.
awesome.
Brilliant.
That is
Brilliant.
awesome.
Jonas is coming clutch there, isn't he? Right, one final question, because we're going to do another one of these, aren't we?
Yeah.
Because this could go on for 4
So
hours.
good. This
Right.
better be a good question because that is unbelievable.
Oh,
Well,
Jonas, what a
me and
boy.
you were
Yeah.
talking about this earlier, Tubesy. So why don't manufacturers make socks with the holes in the back of them already, rather than players ripping up their socks and putting holes in the back of them?
I don't know the answer. It's a phenomenal question.
So why do they put the holes in the back of the socks, for one?
So
ventilation.
Yeah, it's to you know this like kinesio tape that they have nowadays, and it's to basically separate the muscle fascia
stop
layers
cramping,
and stuff.
isn't it?
It's basically to lift the layers up a little bit of your muscle fascia and stuff like that, so it can blood all that kind of. Anyway, they've started doing it with socks because the socks are really tight actually, to be honest with you. And some people who might have decent sized calves, anyway, they're really tight and compressive. So what they've done is they've started cutting these holes in them, so it sort of disperses how actually tight they are. And I think though that most of it is because it looks cool as well. Yeah, people think it looks cool, and they've cottoned onto it, and they're like, see, it makes him stick out a little bit. I want to stick out.
If you're a Nike or an Adidas, Puma, why wouldn't you just make them a certain way?
I can imagine that's quite hard to manufacture, though.
I'm sure they can do it.
I'm sure they can do it, but there's no feeling like a player actually pulling the sock on and feeling where it's tight. Yeah. So if you pull a really tight sock on and you can feel it all the way around your calf,
putting that hole in the wrong place, you'd be like,
it's not doing anything, is it?
Yeah,
it's not doing anything. So you need to actually cut the holes yourself because you know where they feel tight. So once you've cut the hole, you go, that feels a bit better, actually, to be fair. So there is probably a bit of method in the madness, in fairness, but I half do think that a lot of players do it because they think it looks cool.
But there's certain players who actually cut the bottom of their socks off.
Virtually everybody does,
Now,
mate.
why is that?
But I used to do that, in fairness.
Why?
So I would cut the bottom of the sock off and wear the white sock underneath it. I used to wear 2 pairs of white socks, like normal kind of like Nike
grip
socks. Not grip socks. I'd never wear grip socks, actually. A lot of players do. I just never did, so I never bothered. But I have 2 pairs of white socks, and then I put them on first, and then I pull the cut-off sock over the top of it. One, because it looks cool. Definitely, genuinely, it looks much better than the normal one.
Did you tape them?
Then I'd tape them as well, yeah? So the tape is, obviously, I'm taping it for a reason because I've got my shin pads on. I don't want my shin pads slipping down. So I would always tape it at the bottom bit where I've cut the sock so it would stop the shin pad from sliding down. Right. And then I would use a bit of under wrap tape, which is like the foamy, stretchy tape. And I would wrap that around the very top.
Just put the fucking sock on.
Honestly, yeah, but it would come down. They come down too easy. They come down all the time. Your socks do.
Not if you put tape underneath the shin pad though, and then put tape at the top.
Oh, your socks always come under. But that's what I mean. So that's why you've got to tape them properly. So I would put that under wrap at the top, roll it round so it's like a real tight little knot, and then yeah.
Do you want to ask him your one about the shin pads then, just to finish off?
Yeah, do people... that is so mad. That sounds like an absolute military operation.
Yeah, it is a bit, yeah.
Do footballers still wear shin pads with the ankle guards on? Do you remember the old
surely
school?
not. Sure, they can't do
When you used
tubes.
to control it, boing.
They can't. They were horrible, weren't they?
Horrendous.
Do you remember how bad? Do you remember how bad they used to stink? How badly did they stink?
So bad.
The vinegar on it.
Yeah.
Oh, it was rank, weren't it?
Oh,
so heavy. Like you think of those big old cumbersome Sondico ones back in the day. They were brutal. You could remove like the little spines from them as well. You could remove them. And now think today about the size of the shin pads of some of these players.
I wonder if any players still wear them.
Oh, I bet you there's somebody. I would love to. If somebody can get in the comments down below, and if you know of a player that wears these, I mean, in all honesty, it's actually really sensible, and I don't blame them. And I think in the kids' game and in grassroots, people should be wearing these kind of things, right? Even in the men's game, because there's some awful flying tackles out there that break legs, right? And they actually work. These shin pads do. Yeah. The protection around the ankle, it actually works. But I don't know.
Your sock used to stick out so much.
Horrible.
Horrible.
I'm with you too.
I've got one. You remember when you were a kid? I don't know if you used to do this. Always used to do it when you'd put your boots on and you'd wrap your laces underneath the boot.
100%.
So you tie it, and then wrap it underneath your boot, and then do
over
it
your tongue. You do it over your tongue to keep the tongue
Surely
down.
Players don't do that anymore.
Surely they do.
No, I don't think they do anymore. No, boots don't really have tongues though, do they? And even the Adidas Predators, the ones that do have tongues, they've got this little like band. Look, I've got it here next to it. They have this like so when Predator first released the boots, they didn't have that little green band there, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes when you used to wash the boots, this tongue would just stay up.
Yeah.
It would like stick up like that,
it
and it would be
did,
flapping around like a dog tongue.
Like
jumping on a crazy wall. Right?
What did it?
Yeah, it would. It would be like that. It was horrible, right? And you'd look down, you'd have this thing flapping around. So you would have to tie the laces up and around over it like that to stick them down.
Preds.
Bex used to do it as well. Yeah. Unreal, right? And then they cottoned onto it, so they started putting this lovely little elasticated thing to go under, and it looks unreal.
They're
Doesn't it?
lovely, aren't they?
Beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, that's what they used to do. I don't think anybody does that anymore.
You went up a size, didn't you? So you're a UK 9, right?
UK 9 in trainers, but a UK 10 or 10.5 in boots, yeah. Only because I'd have 2 pairs of socks on. I'd have the 2 pairs of white socks
How
underneath.
light are they compared to what they used to be?
Oh, yeah,
What was your first
I know,
pair
yeah.
of boots, Tubes?
I think mine were Adidas World Cups.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ben?
classic, mate. Goalers. I had a pair of goalers.
I had some ponies.
Yeah, nice. Pony were nice to be fair. Ponies were.
Julian
From
Dixon-
Mercia Sports in
Yeah,
Leamington.
nice.
Did
Mercy
Julian
Sports,
Dix used to wear Pony? Or were they sponsored by
100%.
Pony?
Yeah,
were
they were. But West Ham
that's
kit
fine.
wasn't
Bit
it?
of
Yeah,
horsepower in his
Dagenham
shot.
Motors.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah,
that.
well done, lads.
I love that. That was unbelievable.
Great
Mate,
episode.
How
so
good's
good
that?
to have you back.
It
Thanks,
is good
man.
to have you back.
Thank
mate.
you.
It is. We've missed this.
Yeah, what a pod as well.
Up the Fozcast.
Absolutely.
Fozcast.
Up the Fozcast.
Up the golf life.
Go on, the boys. Up the golf
Come
life.
on, the
It's the only life we
boys.
know.
Thanks everybody for watching. We hope you enjoyed the latest episode of the Fozcast. Don't forget to give us a follow on Spotify. Up the Fozcast.